everyone, I'm Eren.
And I'm Ata, and today we're diving into something that sounds super scary but is super important. Nuclear waste.
So, nuclear power. Splitting atoms gives us a ton of energy with no carbon emission. That means we can use it for fighting climate change.
But it also creates something called radioactive waste, and we can't just toss it in the trash.
There are actually different kinds of nuclear waste. A part of it is weakly radioactive, like gloves and tools from power plants. That's called low-level waste.
Then there's high-level waste, things like spent fuel rods from nuclear reactors. That stuff is really radioactive and stays dangerous for thousands of years.
Now, you may be thinking, why do we use nuclear power when it creates such dangerous waste that lasts for thousands of years and has the potential to harm everything around it?
But while the fact that it produces toxic waste might be true, it actually produces less pollution and causes less harm to the environment than its alternatives. In comparison, while nuclear power plants produce 25 tons of waste a year, coal power plants actually produce 300,000 tons of waste, excluding carbon emissions, which nuclear power plants produce none of.
Although it's a less waste producing alternative, where does this nuclear waste end up? Right now, most of the world stores high-level waste in big concrete and steel containers, above ground at nuclear power plants. But that's just temporary. The goal is to isolate it from people and the environment for a very long time. The Onkalo facility in Finland is a revolutionary step in nuclear waste management, storing spent nuclear fuel deep underground. Located within safety barriers, Onkalo's chambers are designed to secure radioactive materials for over 100,000 years. This facility represents a comprehensive strategy addressing safety, environmental considerations, and community concerns. Advanced engineering techniques ensure the integrity of waste containment, minimizing risks to future generations. Ongoing monitoring and research are critical to the success of the Onkalo facility and similar projects worldwide. So, Onkalo is a huge step forward. But is it the only way to deal with nuclear waste?
Nope, different countries use different methods. Let's take a quick look.
Right after leaving the reactor, nuclear fuel rods go into spent fuel pools. These giant water tanks cool them down and block radiation.
But they can't stay there forever, so what's next?
That's where dry cask storage comes in. After cooling for years, the waste is sealed inside massive concrete and steel casks.
These casks are super strong and can safely store waste for decades, but they're not a permanent solution.
Some countries, like France and Russia, recycle nuclear waste.
This process, called reprocessing, extracts useful uranium and plutonium from spent fuel. The result? Less waste and more energy.
Sounds great, but there is a catch. It's expensive and not all waste can be recycled. Here's the thing, managing nuclear waste safely is doable, but it takes planning, science and international cooperation.
If we want clean energy from nuclear power, we need to be just as smart about the leftovers.
So next time someone says nuclear waste is a problem, you can say,
It's a challenge, but it's not unsolvable. Thanks for watching.
stay curious.